We're here today and we're going to work on adding and subtracting fractions with like denominators. Whew, that was quite a mouthful. But guess what? Like denominators. Like is the key word there. That means easy. So we're going to figure this out and you guys are going to say, wow, that was super easy. All right, let's take a look at some problems. Okay, what I've got here, guys, is two numbers and I'm going to add these numbers. Okay, so I can see I have numerators. Remember, numerators are the top number in a fraction. And I have denominators, the bottom number in a fraction. The good part, like I said, which means easy, is like. So we have like denominators, meaning they're the same. When they're the same, think very hard. We can just go ahead and add. Now, don't be tripped up. We are going to add our numerators, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's what I put on my numerator for my answer. Now for the denominator, we said they're like. So that means our answer is going to be like or same too. So we do not add denominators. We just keep the denominator. They should look the same all the way across the bottom. Now, I always, when I get an answer for a fraction problem, I say to myself, can I reduce that? Well, guys, remember what this line means. Yes, it's a fraction bar, but it also means divide. What is 2 divided by 2? You're right, 2 divided by 2 is simplify or reduce this to mean 1. The easier way to remember that is anytime the numerator and the denominator are equal, it's the same as 1. Even if I had 1,578 on the numerator, if I had 1,578 on the denominator, it's still equal to 1. So when the numerator and the denominator match, we can just simplify that to be 1. All right, let's move on. We've got another problem, and again, I have like denominators, and I said when it's a like denominator, the answer is going to be like too. It's going to be the same. So I keep my 4. I add my top digits. 1 plus 1 is 2. And I said with fractions, I always say to myself, can I reduce this? Can it be simplified? Is there a number that I can divide 2 and 4 by? Well, if you're not sure, you can use your multiplication chart here. And you can look at 2 and you can look at 4 and you can see that they do have something in common. They both can be divided by 2. So, whatever I do to the top, I do to the bottom. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. I have simplified. Now, subtracting. Well, this gets hard, right? Because subtracting is harder than adding. Wrong. This is still easy. We still have like denominators. They're still the same. So we keep them the same. Okay? Now with our numerators, we subtract. 3 minus 3 is 0. I have nothing left. Well, I have to say to myself, can I reduce? Yes, I can. Because what is 0 divided by 4? Well, it's just 0. Even more. Okay, one more problem, guys. Let's look at this one. Here I am again. I have as long as they're the same, I don't have to do anything. I'm ready to go. I keep my denominator. I subtract my numerators. I have my answer. I say to myself, can I reduce it? Can it be simpler? You're right, it can't, because 1 is prime. We can't divide anything besides 1 into that. So it would mean our answer would stay the same. Okay, guys, that's how we add and subtract with common denominators, with like denominators. So remember, keep the denominator, add or subtract the top. And don't forget, anytime you're doing fractions, Ask yourself, can I simplify this fraction? Okay, so my fun activity for the day for 5th graders. I have a recipe for you. I'm going to post it in the comments. And I cut this recipe in half. So in order to get the correct recipe, you have to double them or add the fraction plus itself. So if the 1/2 cup, you would have to have a half and a half and find out how much that amount's going to be to put in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it in the comments, my recipe. You see if you can figure it out. And tomorrow, come back and I'm going to post that recipe and you can check your answers and see. And then if your parents say it's okay, bake away. All right? We'll see you tomorrow, guys.